Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lin. Namaskar. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Japan's Liberal Democratic Party elects Sanae Takaichi as its new leader. She's likely to be the nation's next Prime Minister and the first woman Prime Minister. Hamas says that it's ready to begin talks to finalize all issues in the Gaza ceasefire deal. Trump urges Israel to halt the Gaza bombings. And Shubman Gill takes charge of the Indian ODI team against Australia, replacing Rohit Sharma as the ODI captain. The former economy minister, the economic security minister of Japan, Sanae Takaichi, she has been elected as the first female president of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party on Saturday. The 64-year-old politician is famous as a hardline leader with a focus on national defense and economic security. In fact, once she is confirmed by Parliament, very likely she will be the first woman Prime Minister of Japan and the fifth leader in as many years. Now, a vote is expected in Japan's parliament on October the 15th to choose a prime minister to replace Shigeru Ishiba. It is believed that the party chose her to regain its lost trust from a public angered by rising prices and drawn to opposition groups. Takaichi, too, has taken a tough stance on immigration and foreign tourists, both of which emerged as the key issues in the LDP leadership race. She also has been a vocal critic of China and its military build-up in the Asia-Pacific. Speaking on the occasion, Sanae Takaichi, she hailed a new era for Japan's ruling party after becoming the first female president on Saturday.
The
most important thing is to unleash Japan's full potential and achieve economic growth. Without it, we cannot provide the necessary social welfare services or high-quality education. People's daily lives will not improve, and everyone will lose their sense of hope. That is why we will prioritize economic growth above all else.
Well, later addressing a press conference on Saturday, Takaichi said that she plans to honor an investment deal with US President Donald Trump that lowered his punishing tariffs in return for Japanese taxpayer-backed investment.
I believe that I can bring about a bit of a change in the Liberal Democratic Party's image this time. I will do my utmost to work diligently and with my whole heart to show the people a bright, energetic, positive and dedicated party. Regarding the Japan-US trade deal, we will honor the bilateral agreements that have been reached, including tariffs and investments.
And DD India correspondent Paulami Barman tells us more. Paulami, what is the political road ahead for Takaichi after being elected as the first female president of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party?
Sanae Takaichi has been elected as the leader of the ruling party of Japan, that is LDP, following the resignation of Japan's former Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba last month. This is also a historic moment for the ruling party, that is LDP, since it elected its first female leadership since its formation in 1955. Sanae Takaichi's term in office is going to be shorter than usual. The usual term is about 3 years. However, since Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba was in office for about a year, Sanae Takaichi will be in office for the next 2 years until September 2027. In Japan's parliamentary system, generally the leader of the ruling party is elected as the prime minister of the country. However, this time the run is not going to be an easy one, since the ruling party does not hold a majority in both houses of the parliament. So Sanai Takaichi is yet to face a formal election in the Diet, and we have to wait and watch what happens next.
Well, is Japan ready, Polemy, for its first female prime minister? What challenges would she be facing?
Sanai Takaichi has already been elected as the first female leadership of the ruling party of Japan, that is LDP. The public support for female leadership is growing in the country, especially among the young voters in the nation. Japan, however, ranks 118 out of 146 nations in the 2025 Gender Gap Report, which is the lowest among the G7 nations. Just about 16% of the lower house lawmakers are women. If we see within the ruling party, that is LDP, it's only about 7% who are female. Besides this, there are several serious issues and challenges that Takaichi and her party will have to look into. Firstly, reuniting the already fragmented LDP. The party will also have to deal with issues like economic stagnation and the rising level of inflation, which is already affecting the Japanese households. The US-Japan relationships are is also an issue that has to be addressed soon under the Trump government. Despite being the first female leadership in the ruling party of Japan, Takaichi is not seen as a feminist leader. She might not. People think that she might not address issues or in favor for gender equality in the country.
Well, thanks very much, Polemy, for being with us. Now let's move on to our next story. The US President Donald Trump has asked Israel to immediately stop bombing Gaza after Hamas agreed to release hostages and to some other terms as well in the US plan. However, troubling issues like disarmament appear unresolved. And then Trump's peace plan is endorsed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, they are demanding that Hamas's disarmament also excludes the group from Gaza's governance, proposing a technocratic body under Trump's oversight. Hamas has agreed to transfer power, but seeks to have a role in Gaza's future. President Trump's released a brief video on Truth Social pledging fair treatment for all parties in Gaza's peace talks and hailing Hamas's hostage release agreement as a special day may be unprecedented.
We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down in concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day. Maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented. But thank you all, and thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East. And we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all, and everybody will be treated fairly.
Meanwhile, Netanyahu's office has announced on Saturday that Israel is ready to implement the first phase of President Trump's peace plan to secure the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza following Hamas's agreement to engage in peace talks. India has voiced strong support for President Trump's Gaza peace plan as Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised its progress in a post on X. Prime Minister Modi said, and I quote, "We welcome President Trump's leadership as peace efforts in Gaza make decisive progress. Indications of the release of hostages mark a significant step forward. India will continue to strongly support all efforts towards a durable and just peace," unquote. Qatar, Egypt and the United Nations have hailed the move, and world leaders have also welcomed Hamas's agreement to parts of the US President Donald Trump's Gaza peace plan, urging a ceasefire, hostage release and humanitarian aid. The UN, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Australia and Turkey have praised the progress, along with Israel's opposition leader, who has also backed the negotiations. UN Rights Chief Volker Turk on Saturday said that President Trump's Gaza peace plan was a vital opportunity to stop bloodshed in the Palestinian territory once and for all. Turk, in fact, made these comments. In fact, he said that he hopes the momentum for the US president's peace plan will pave the way for a permanent ceasefire or permanent cessation of hostilities following the recovery and reconstruction. His office said it's urging for a resolution in line with the international human rights and humanitarian laws, and the much-needed two-state solution also is what he backs. He called the plan a vital opportunity for all parties and influential states to pursue in good faith and to stop once and for all the carnage and the suffering in Gaza, to flood the strip with humanitarian aid and to ensure the release of the hostages and numerous detained Palestinians. The World Health Organization also welcomed the plan, particularly the prospect of reconstructing hospitals. Let's look at some other stories making news from around the world. And in the ongoing conflict between Boko Haram and its splinter group, the Islamic State West Africa province, Nigerian residents who had fled to neighboring Cameroon, they returned to the damaged border town of Kiraba in the Borno state, following attacks by Boko Haram fighters. Foreign visitors at China's cruise terminals surged due to National Day holiday, the country's expanded visa-free policy, and also better transport reshaped inbound travel. The holiday, called the Golden Week, and it is extended to an 8-day holiday this year because it's celebrated together with the Mid-Autumn Festival. The American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift fans raved about the pop star's 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, at a pop-up experience in Los Angeles. The album arrived on Friday and became Spotify's most streamed album of the year, hitting that milestone in less than 11 hours. Still to come here on DD India Live, Prime Minister Modi launches youth-focused initiatives worth over $7 billion. And India has seen employment growth of 16.83 crore jobs over 6 years.
Whenever we think of scientists, farmers or shepherds protecting our environment, but the reality is quite different. Across the world, women have often done the quiet, hidden, silent work of protecting our planet.
We've also noticed that because we had a kind of a model farm where we grew multiple crops, farmers around have also started doing that.
In the beginning, it was frightening. I went door to door sharing the idea. I trusted in our sisterhood. Some agreed to work.
A generational change is very important for us because the mountain villages of the Apennines are suffering from strong out-migration and the population is aging.
The main objective of integrated waste management through this program is to recover voluntary donations from vendors that are still fit for human consumption and have nutritional value.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Mark Lynn. In a major push for India's youth empowerment, Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled initiatives exceeding $7 billion on Saturday in New Delhi, focusing on skilling, education and entrepreneurship. Key launches include PM Sethu scheme. This is to upgrade 1,000 industrial training institutes nationwide and 1,200 vocational labs in schools. Addressing the event, the Prime Minister said that the scheme will connect India's youth with global skill demands. Prime Minister Modi also laid the foundation stones.
सेतु योजना की शुरुआत की गई है। देश भर में हमारे 1000 से ज्यादा ITI इंस्टीट्यूशंस को इसका फायदा होगा। पीएम सेतु योजना के माध्यम से इन ITIs को अपग्रेड किया जाएगा। यहां नई मशीनें आएगी, आधुनिक मशीनें आएगी, इंडस्ट्री के ट्रेनिंग एक्सपर्ट्स यहां आएंगे। कारुकलम भी आज की और फ्यूचर की डिमांड के हिसाब से अपग्रेड होगा। एक तरह से पीएम सेतु योजना दुनिया की स्किल डिमांड से भी भारत के युवाओं को जोड़ेगी।
Prime Minister Modi also laid the foundation stone for PM Usha facilities at 4 Bihar universities worth rupees 160 crores, benefiting 27,000 students. The NIT Patna's Bihar campus was also dedicated, along with the distribution of 4,000 Bihar government job letters and the release of 450 crore rupees of scholarships to 25 lakh students via DBT. Prime Minister Modi also addressed the poor scenarios of Bihar education system and that existed in fact 2 decades ago. And at the event, as the event also featured the 4th National Skill Convention, Prime Minister Modi felicitated 46 ITI toppers aiming to harness Bihar's youth as a skilling hub. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Saturday urged Naxals to lay down arms and also to accept the government's surrender and rehabilitation policy. Addressing the Bastar Dasara Lokotsav, the Swadeshi Mela in Jagdalpur, the headquarters of Chhattisgarh's Bastar district, Amit Shah, the Home Minister, asserted that March 31, 2026 has been set as the deadline to bid farewell to the menace of Naxalism.
हमारी दोनों सरकारें, छत्तीसगढ़ सरकार और केंद्र सरकार, बस्तर और समस्त नक्सल क्षेत्र के विकास को समर्पित। किस चीज की वार्ता करनी? ल्यूक्रेटिव, बहुत मोहक सरेंडर पॉलिसी हमने बनाई है। आइए हथियार डाल दीजिए। 31/3/2026 ये तिथि तय है नक्सलवाद को इस देश की भूमि पर से विदाई देने के लिए।
India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched nationwide awareness campaign Your Money, Your Right in Gandhinagar, Gujarat on Saturday. Sitharaman also interacted with various stakeholders during the exhibition held ahead of the launch of the awareness campaign. The minister also visited the dedicated stalls set up by fund regulators, bank and insurance companies for information sharing, on-the-spot guidance on claim procedures and processes and grievance redressal. During the exhibition, the minister highlighted the importance of awareness for the common people to claim their rightful money.
We need some kind of a facilitation in this process. And that is where the 3 A's that the Secretary spoke about, if we bring in the 3 A's into the system, those people who are living in denial or who are denied access to their rightful monies, if they are provided with this facilitation, they'll rightfully able to pluck that fruit which has been theirs for some time, which is ripening and ripening, but it's not falling down into their hands. And the 3 A's are awareness.
Well, the Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said that Nagpur could become a key aviation hub due to its central location on Saturday. Speaking at an aviation seminar He urged stakeholders to prioritize safety and self-reliance. He highlighted India's airport growth from 75 to 150 in 10 years. He noted SpiceJet's successful biofuel flight, pointing out that farmers can supply materials like straw and rice husks for eco-friendly fuel. India, one of the fastest growing economies, has seen an employment growth of 16.83 crore jobs over 6 years. As per the Ministry of Labour and Employment, India has seen a rise in employment to 64.33 crores in 2023-24 from 47.5 crores in 2017-18. The rise in women's employment is one of the key pillars for achieving the vision of Viksit Bharat by 2047. Women employment rate nearly doubled between 2017 and 18 to 2023-24, with female labour force participation rate increasing from 23.3% to 41.7%. It has been reported that 1.56 crore women in India have joined the formal workforce in the past 7 years, and it is the government's persistent efforts through diverse initiatives that have led to these results of higher workforce participation, reduced unemployment, improved incomes and broader opportunities. Specific initiatives aim to empower women. They are strengthening Indian women employment landscape, resulting in women's economic empowerment. India's economic trajectory reflects consistent job creation across key sectors which align the workforce development with industry needs. The second of the 8 ships in the Adamya class fast patrol vessel series of the Indian Coast Guard, the ICGS Akshar, it was commissioned at Karaikal on Saturday. And now this ship was commissioned at Karaikal by Dipti Mohil Chawla, the IDAS Additional Secretary, Ministry of Defence, along with other dignitaries. Designed and built indigenously by Goa Shipyard Limited, the vessel stands as a befitting example of Atmanirbhar Bharat. ICGS Akshar, it's going to be deployed for surveillance of maritime zones as well as for undertaking other duties as outlined in the Coast Guard Charter to safeguard India's maritime interests. The commissioning of the ICGS Akshar will further enhance the operational capability of the Indian Coast Guard in discharging its multifarious maritime responsibilities. Some sports news, and Shubman Gill has been announced as Team India's new ODI captain, taking over from Rohit Sharma. The BCCI announced that India has a squad for the upcoming 3-match ODI series against Australia down under, with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli featuring in this team. Shreyas Iyer has been named as the vice captain for the ODIs. The series starts from October 19. Here's the full squad. Now, Shubman Gill is the captain. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are playing. Shreyas Iyer is the vice captain. Akshar Patel follows. And then KL Rahul is the wicket keeper. Nitish Kumar, Reddy, Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, Harshit Rana, Mohammad Siraj, Arshdeep Singh, Prasidh Krishna, Dhruv Jalal is also a wicketkeeper, and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Clinical bowling performances from Ravindra Jadeja and Mohammad Siraj helped India thump the West Indies by an innings and 140 runs in the first test at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. India declared that their overnight score of 448 for 5 and then blew away the West Indies for a paltry 146 in the second innings to go 1 up in this 2-match series. Siraj and Jadeja were the lead bowlers for India, picking 3 wickets and 4 wicket hauls respectively, and Siraj also completed a 7-wicket haul in this match, continuing his fine form from the first innings. Now, Alec Athanaze was the top scorer for the visitors, followed by Justin Greaves, but those knocks were of no avail to the team scores. Team India is all set to take on Pakistan, and that not only is another opportunity to record victory and go up in the points table. It's also a day to create many records. From Smriti Mandhana to Dipti, this team is looking at creating and breaking many records in the Women's Cricket World Cup. Let's take a look.
Team India is all set to take Team Pakistan in the group stage format of the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup ODI in Colombo at Prem Dasa Cricket Stadium, where we are currently present. Well, do you know that this time Team India is looking forward to many of the records. To begin with, the run getter Smriti Mandhana, who is just 104 runs away, and once she achieves this feat, Smriti Mandhana will become only the 5th international batter to score 5,000 international runs. Talking about Deepti, she's just 7 wickets away to make it 250 wickets, and with this she will also create a new record in the history of international women's cricket for Team India. And also talking about the captain Harmanpreet Kaur, she's just 103 runs away. Once she achieves this feat, Harmanpreet Kaur will make 1,000 international runs and become the 2nd Indian batter to do so in the history of Women's Cricket World Cup for Team India. With this, Deepika reporting with camera person Gaurav Giri from Colombo in Sri Lanka.
Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India Live. Share your thoughts with us on the news of the day. And for those of you on the go, get the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app, available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code and download it. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Mark Lynn from all of us here in Delhi. Thank you very much for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.